So I was a 2010 Teach for America Corps member in Oakland, actually at the same high school where I still teach one course. I never had any intention of being in education, but I caught the bug, and teaching is the most challenging and dynamic work that I can ever be a part of. And so that's why I still continue to teach one course. Keeps me on my A game. It's definitely my happy place. I think deeply knowing a set of young people is really important in grounding the work that I do in this building. um, I studied biochemistry and cell biology in in college. I studied that in college, and I had the intention to go to med school. I applied for Teach for America in my senior year of college, so during the 2008 election cycle, I went to an Obama rally, and Obama told us to do something for our country, and I was inspired by that message and that movement, and so I applied to Teach for America, not really for the teach, but the for America, and I'm so fortunate that I did. I never had any intention of being any type of educator. I think the best thing about being a Corps member and my placement was that I got to be at an incredible high school. So it was called the East Oakland School for the Arts, which is a small school on the Castlemont campus. And I got there and I was the worst educator by far. And the weight of being inadequate for my students really propelled me forward, and I honed my craft as much as you could during those 5 years. I, I mean, I've received accolades that I should have never received, I'm sure, but very fortunate to have been able to demonstrably add value to students' lives. But the value that they've added to mine is immeasurable and way greater, and so I still navigate that guilt. um, which is also why I'm still in the classroom. It's a payback for a lifetime, probably. So, like, one of the biggest things that I try to do in this position is to eliminate any structural boundaries for particularly young women and young women of color to get into computer science, and then also strategically recruit and then go about really intentionally retaining those students in computer science. Yeah, you can, just because you offer something doesn't necessarily mean that that class is going to be offered to everyone, that people are going to know to sign up, that people are going to feel safe. And so you have to be incredibly intentional about where you're offering courses, how students hear about that information, who's in front of the classroom. You know, my class is primarily young women, and it's primarily young women likely because I am a draw and students feel like computer science can also be for them. But I'm not a woman of color, right? And so how much more powerful would it be if I was able to also share that identity? You know, we have several women of color in this district who are teaching computer science, and their classes are super powerful spaces. So being intentional about recruiting those educators in order to get even more young women into classes, like, those are the sort of things that I obsess about, because access is an issue, but it's not the issue. So I was just at this conference in Miami. It was called Lead CS, and so it was all these district leaders, either chief academic officers or heads of STEM departments from across the country. And one of the opening speakers was Jan Cooney of the NSF. And she even said in front of this whole group, she was like, Oakland is the district that was most glaringly underserved to me. And I agree, and her point is this. Oakland is immediately adjacent to San Francisco. We are so close to Silicon Valley. We are a district that serves primarily students of color and primarily students of low socioeconomic status. And so if we believe that school is a place for opportunity for students, then we fundamentally have to give students an education that allows them to enter the tech sector. And I'm not really interested, I guess, in students just entering the tech sector. I think that there's brilliance here that is so untapped that the technology that these students will go on to create will be the technology that changes the world. And I don't say that as a cliche. I actually fundamentally believe that if we empower students in Oakland and students like our students in Oakland elsewhere, that we will see a shift in technology that the world may or may not be ready for. Get eyes up on the board so that you're with me. So here's what you're going to do. You and a partner are going to pick a data set. You can choose any of the CSV files. You're going to make a data visualization. So you're going to make some chart. It doesn't have to be line. It could be scatter. It could be bar, depending on what you want to make. That's going to stay in the data set of one person. But what you're going to then do is take a big raw data, because you have all three of those file types. So just to go look at them. It's easier to look at it as a list, and so that you can see raw data read. Yeah, so you're on Twitter data.
Yeah, I know.
Then go to insert and chart. Once on chart, click chart. Chart types go to line. I'm gonna have you put an asterisk here, because this is the one that you would possibly want to change. Yeah. If you guys can't make a chart, you should copy the data into your folder, like so that you have it. Yep.
Are you? Yeah. If you want to just work off of one computer, that's totally fair. But you just need to copy.
Just you don't have to. Just yeah. Which one? And then make a copy. Yeah. You guys should probably operate off of one data file. The whole thing deleted. What are the columns that are highlighted? That's what my question is. Give me the like. So no. How do you think that's visualized? So that's the average.
Like that?
Yep.
Maybe what you want.
Ms. Sherrell is one of the best teachers I've had. She not only helps me as a teacher, but she coaches me to think differently. She's helping me go to college, make sure my applications are on point. Yeah, she's really different. She puts in more time in a different way, like getting coffee outside of school or something. She offers that. Not other teachers are like that. She has office hours that are in school. And she really provides more than the average teacher in a more intimate way where I'll be there for you if you need me.
So it says use the data visualization guide 101, and then we're gonna basically present our findings. So we're gonna basically break down the data within the patterns that we found out to other people in a way that they can understand. So basically
Should we take it out?
Since I don't have to.
Oh, so you those are the CBB, right?
That's right.
You like it because they're more simple?
I can't see this.
That's what more simple, yeah.
It's this one. It's hard.
Well, I mean, it will be a good file, if you want